When I first entered Berklee, I was thinking about finding a band and sort of those classic selfish rock star aspirations, which are perfectly fine and incredible. And Berklee's an amazing place to find your band and your people and write beautiful music. But I actually ended up having a friend who had the foresight and the knowledge of music therapy. And he had me enroll in the intro course. He said, I think you have sort of the raw material of what it takes to make a really good music therapist. You have a very therapeutic presence. You sort of bring the best out in people. You love music. You know tons of songs and tons of different genres. And if you can kind of harness this in a clinical sense, I think you'd be incredible at it. So I ended up going into the intro program, and by the end of the first semester, I thought, wow, this is really, really something. As much as I still had this sort of professional songwriter and musician side of me that I really wanted to also harness, I thought that this, in music therapy, it was a way of using music to make such an impact. I think arguably even more of an impact than playing for large audiences. Working one-on-one with somebody and using music as a vehicle to reach whatever goals they have. My goodness, for me that was where I saw maybe the gifts that I've been given musically best utilized. As I continued my education, I became very aware of my friends who graduated in songwriting and in other sort of more ephemeral degrees at Berklee that ended up not being able to find jobs and writing and it was, for me, I thought, wow, this is, not only is this really a blessing and a beautiful profession, but it's one that's more concrete as well. There is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which is really, especially with how much college tuition costs nowadays, it's pretty important to see that you're going to have a way to pay off those student loans, that you're going to have a profession that's going to pay off this education, So I started to really think about, wow, this is a beautiful way to use music and to use the gifts that you've been given to impact others and to make a living all at the same time. I also want to share that you do not have to give up your own personal musical dreams. In fact, I've found a way to integrate gigging, playing, writing an album in with being a full-time music therapist. I feel that being a music therapist and being a songwriter really kind of help each other. With my patients, I feel as if I have no limitations because I don't want them to have limitations. So when a kid that's 8 years old says, let's write a song about hockey, I'm on it. I'm going to do it right away, But when I would go to sit down, I'm like, what do I write about? But now I feel like I treat myself as if I would be with a patient. I have no limitations. I just let it out. I don't judge it. So music therapy has actually really helped me in my own writing process to get rid of the roadblocks that are in my way and to get my own expression out there as well.